And that is that Pfizer passed a critical milestone after an independent panel of experts overwhelmingly voted in favor of recommending the FDA authorize its COVID-19 vaccine for emergency use in people ages 16 and older. 17 were in favor of the authorization, 4 against, with 1 person abstaining from the vote. One committee member urged continued studies after 2 people in the UK had severe allergic reactions after receiving the vaccine. According to federal officials, the initial shipment of 6.4 million doses will leave warehouses within 24 hours of being cleared by the FDA. The agency is likely to do so within days, and healthcare workers and nursing home residents will get first priority. U.S. deputy marshals say they are working hand in hand with Operation Warp Speed personnel to provide security for COVID-19 vaccines from the facilities where they are manufactured to distribution sites. This comes after a second straight day of all-time highs for cases and deaths from the coronavirus. NBC News data shows the U.S. added more than 225,000 cases and 3,100 deaths yesterday. The CDC director gave the sobering news yesterday that COVID-19 is now the leading cause of death for Americans.
But I thought it was just like the flu.
No. And
because that's what my friends kept telling me. Wait, Donald tells us it's just like the flu. COVID's just like the flu. Is it really just like the flu?
Well, in other countries, they've been able to bring these numbers down.
Why did they ever believe that it was just like the flu when it was obvious that it was never?
They didn't.
Just like the flu.
Joe.
Why did you allow yourself to believe that? Why did you allow yourself to go into a cult that would be responsible for the deaths of people across this country?
You're talking about the people around Donald Trump, but Donald Trump himself
I'm talking about people who supported Donald Trump and said it was just like the flu, even after Donald Trump told Bob Woodward on tape that it was much worse than the flu, and it is worse than the flu. Also, guess what? The numbers even surpass heart disease and cancer.
Probably for the next 60 to 90 days, we're going to have more deaths per day than we had in 9/11 or we had at Pearl Harbor. And the reality is the vaccine approval this week's not going to really impact that, I think, to any degree for the next 60 days.
The U.S. COVID project also reports a record number of people were hospitalized with the virus yesterday. 107,000 people went to the hospital. Joining us now, Dr. Vin Gupta. He is a pulmonologist and an NBC News medical contributor.
Hey, Dr. Gupta, we have good news and we have really bad news. The good news, obviously, the vaccines are coming online. The bad news is this cold, dark winter that Joe Biden had warned about, that, oh, wait a second, that Anthony Fauci had warned about back in April, in May, when President Trump said, oh, COVID wasn't coming back in the fall. It's here, and my God, it's far worse than ever.
Good morning, Joe. You're dead right. First of all, I'm on service right now. What I can tell all your viewers right now is that what we're seeing here in Seattle is we're seeing a crisis in the 5 states around us. I was just in the ICU last night. We were having Americans life-flighted from places like Alaska, from eastern Washington, places like Montana, sick, deathly sick, needing life-saving care on arrival. And Joe, these are individuals as young as 18, as old as 88. And here's the critical supply chain limitation. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Saving people's lives in the ICU requires human resources that we just do not have at scale. So this is the critical piece here. We are thrilled beyond belief that starting mid next week, we're going to be getting vaccinated here in places like Seattle, across the country, ICU providers, emergency room providers. So there is relief ahead, but the CDC director is correct that my institute here is predicting that 550,000 plus Americans will lose their life if we are not adhering to everything we should be adhering to.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.